Katie here from the Scrappy Sisters, and I'm up today with another DIY tutorial for Jess's advent calendar. And today we are going to be making this card. So this is a baby card, new baby card, pregnancy card, and it says looking forward to meeting your new little miracle. And it's got this silhouette of a pregnant woman, and it's just a super cute, simple card. And this is the sample that we're working off, and I'm going to make, I've actually got 8 here. I don't think I'm going to give Jess 8, but I do have 8 that I'm making in various colours with different pattern paper and ribbon and things like that. And I thought we would go through the process together. So I'll put you on fast forward and I'll do a voiceover because I think this will take a little bit of time. Even though I've prepped 90% of it, there's still a little bit to do. So this might take a while. So I hope you enjoy this tutorial and we'll see you at the end. Okay, so first things first, we are going to do some stamping, and I forgot to mention in the intro what supplies I'm using. So I'm using this stamp set Wonderful Moments from Stampin' Up, and I'm using the silhouette of the pregnant lady and also the sentiment that says looking forward to meeting your new little miracle. And I am just using an archival black stamping or ink pad. This one is technically from Stampin' Up. You can't get it anymore, but any archival ink pad is fine. And so I'm stamping. I am using a foam block underneath because these are photopolymer stamps. Sometimes they stamp a bit clearer if you've got some foam underneath to give them some cushioning. But yeah, they stamped up well, and I am putting them aside to dry before I colour. So I'm going to move on to sticking the sort of pattern paper or the paper pieces together for my card. And off camera I actually had embossed a piece of cardstock on the front of the card in like a line embossing folder. I used the Simple Stripes embossing folder from Stampin' Up, but any embossing folder would do. I like the line look. I think it looks cute, but anything would work. And I'm just sticking that down flat onto the card front, and then also adding the piece of pattern paper, which I've kind of aligned to the bottom right hand side of the card. Sorry, I had to think about my lefts and rights there for a minute. I'm going to edit out me doing the rest of them because there's 8 and it's all exactly the same. They're just with different colours. But I wanted to keep in, I guess, one full process. So that's the first one done, and then I'll edit out the rest. So you don't have to watch me do that. There you go. By the powers of editing, I am now sticking the last piece of pattern paper onto my last card. And now that I've done that, I am going to move on to colouring. So again, I wanted to make sure that it dried. And for my colouring, I'm colouring the girl's hair using a Tombow ABT Texture Acid Free in number 969. It's like a brown, dark brown. And then for the skin, I again am using a Tombow ABT Texture Acid Free in 942 to colour in the skin. And for the dress, I'm using a Stampin' Right marker from Stampin' Up in the colour Rich Razzleberry. So there you go. And the reason I needed to stamp it and let the ink dry before I coloured, because I always get confused about which ink you're supposed to use with which textures, but I find if I let the archival black ink dry, it's fine with the textures that I use. So I let that dry, but then I also let the textures dry before I do any fussy cutting. So I'm going to put the bulk of the card together now, and to do that, what I'm doing is taking 2 pieces of ribbon and sticking them down sort of underneath at the bottom, and then I am using an oval shape that I have cut out, and I'm popping that up on foam dots over top of it. Oh, I used a glue dot to stick down the ribbon too, by the way, but you could use anything. Liquid glue, you could use tape, anything you like, just something that will adhere the ribbon. You don't see it anyway because you cover it with the oval die cut. As you can see, I'm doing that now. So it doesn't matter what you use. You could even use a piece of double-sided tape over the top of the ribbon and you'd never see it. So whatever it takes to stick down. And then I'm using some dimensionals to pop up that oval, and I pre-cut the ovals. You didn't really need to see me running ovals through the big shot. These ones are stitched around the outside, but any oval is fine. And then I'm popping up the lady, which I have fussy cut out. Again, I made 7 of them off camera and I just made 1 on camera, so you'll see me fussy cut that out at the end. And then I'm popping up the sentiment, which again I've put on, I think it's about a 2-inch, just over a 2-inch strip which I just hand cut little, what do you call those things? Oh, my mind has gone blank. I hand cut that little banner shape just with scissors. And yeah, that was it. And I'm going to come back and I'm going to add the rhinestones at the end. So I wanted to leave this fussy cutting in because, I don't know, I thought it would be, you know, you can see exactly the process that I did. I had to fussy cut all the people. And so I'm fussy cutting the silhouette out now. I just do it roughly. It's not perfect. The actual stamped image is imperfect anyway. It's supposed to be. So the lines don't often meet. So you have to sort of guess. And there are some parts that are too fiddly and I just cut them, like particularly around her hair. I just cut them off. But you get the, you know, the effect of the silhouette regardless. So I fussy cut her out and I'm just cutting up some of my dimensionals to pop her up and then add the last banner. And then all I have to do is add rhinestones and pearls as little accents and this card's done. So it did take me about 40 minutes to put all 8 of these cards together. So I'm not going to lie, it did take a little bit of time. But obviously I edited it right down because you only needed to really see me do one. And so here I am just putting the pearls on. I put a couple on the banner and then I put a little cluster of 3 on the top left hand side and that's it. I use a combination of pearls and rhinestones. All of my rhinestones you're about to see me get out now are from Kaisercraft in Australia, but any rhinestones will do. I just have a variety of colours from Kaisercraft. And I'm going to use some different colours just to create cute little accents on the cards. And I will show you close-ups in a minute at the end so you can see what they all look like. But that's it. We're done. I hope you've enjoyed this tutorial and I'm going to cut back live very soon so you can see this. Okay, let me come back to you live now. So this was my sample that I was working from and you will have seen that I've made 8 cards. So I'll show you the close-ups. So this is a blue version and I've got like a mint colour, like a coral-ish. There's 2 similar coral colours. So there's a darker green. Another corally colour, just a bit darker this time. Like a berry colour, similar colour to the dress that I coloured. Another green. And finally, a light pink. So, they were the 8 cards that I made in my sample. And you will have seen in the opening video which ones I gave Jess, because I don't think I'll give her all 8. I'm not sure what she'll do with 8 pregnancy baby cards, but she does have a lot of friends having babies, so you never know. All right guys, we will see you in tomorrow's video. Bye.